Still awaiting an announcement as far as the retentions go for the IPL ahead of the mega auction. But the coaching announcements keep coming thick and fast. Hot on the heels of Rahul Dravid being reappointed as Rajasthan Royals head coach, we now have Ricky Ponting. It is confirmed he will take over the Punjab Kings job. On ESPN Cricinfo Newsroom, we're joined by Nagraj Golapuri and Matt Roller to dissect this latest announcement. Nagraj, I guess from the moment Delhi parted ways with Ponting, it was quite clear there will be lots of IPL teams looking to lap up Ponting. What do you think made Punjab Kings go for him, or rather Ponting go for Punjab Kings?
Not just IPL teams, even England, Matt was interested. But no, yeah, more than one IPL team for sure is confirmed. I think as of personally, I've heard two teams, one of which was a surprise to me, and that was not a head coach role, but sort of a different role. But the other one probably could have been a head coach role, but that didn't work out. And Punjab was the third team that was involved in talks. And these chats, from what I know, have been carrying on for several weeks. And eventually, in this week, finally everything was signed. So yeah, it's a good pick for Punjab.
Matt, this is a man with sizable coaching experience, especially in the IPL. He's been an IPL coach for the best part of the last decade, including a 7-year term with Delhi Capitals. So not short of experience, of course.
Yeah, he's been pretty much a constant in the IPL, hasn't he, since his playing days? I wondered, with obviously his link back to Kolkata Knight Riders, whether that would be an option with Gautam Gambhir obviously leaving for the India head coach job. But here he is with Punjab. He's had some sort of mixed results, I suppose, with Delhi. He had a good time of it at the start of his tenure there. They obviously had a really good side in IPL 2020, lost to one of the all-time great IPL teams in Mumbai Indians in that final in the sort of lockdown COVID season. But probably tailed off a bit towards the back end, particularly the past couple of years. I think IPL 23 was a really poor one for them. But yeah, he has extensive experience now around the world as well as that. So he's had a couple of short-term stints with Australia as a sort of interim coach or even as an assistant coach. And most recently with Washington Freedom in Major League Cricket, where he was in charge for the first time in the 2024 season and they won the title.
As far as IPLs go, he did win it once as head coach with Mumbai Indians all the way back in 2015. But it is the Delhi years, and in particular the starting years, Nagraj, which offer an interesting parallel when you look at this announcement. Because if you consider Delhi from Ponting's first season to the second, 2018 was a year of transition. Gautam Gambhir left halfway, Shreyas Iyer took over, and then 2019 began that run where Delhi made 3 back-to-back playoffs, having not made it for 7 years. He entered the Punjab side, for whom that churn tends to happen pretty much every year, with players, with coaching staff, which in itself presents the biggest challenge.
Ponting's biggest challenge currently, yes, starts with as soon as the IPL finalizes the retention rules, which are the players to be retained. But the biggest challenge I feel for Ponting will be, and he would admit it himself, is finding the right captain. A captain who will trust Ponting and Ponting can trust, and that partnership, no doubt, is what has augured success at different other franchises, and we know that it's CSK or whether it is MI. Ponting himself has experienced that in the past at MI when he was the one, if you remember, in 2012, who stepped down midway into the season and kind of supported the move to pick Rohit as the captain. He was the advisor and followed by Mumbai winning the title. So he has won the IPL as a head coach, which people forget. In 2015 as MI's head coach in the 2-year stint, he won the IPL. In 2020, he had a good partnership for a few years with Shreyas Iyer as captain at Delhi Capitals, and the team made their first finals. So finding the captain, the right person, yeah, that's the big challenge.
Potentially, it could be an English-Aussie coach-captain combined then, Matt Roller, because Sam Curran is the one who took over and did a fairly all-right job when Shikhar Dhawan wasn't around last season.
There is a challenge sort of looking through that Punjab squad from last year. What does Ponting go for? Does he try and look at this as a long-term project, which is what every coach would want to do at this stage of an auction cycle? Or does he recognise the fact that the reality at Punjab is that they do change coach pretty much every season, every other season at least? So, yeah, maybe he has to take a long-term view, I think, in my opinion. But there might also be a temptation in that regard to try and think immediately, and we need to get in the playoffs, otherwise my job could be at risk. Curran, I thought, was pretty good as a captain last year. He probably slightly underperformed with the ball, and probably hasn't quite lived up to that enormous price tag that he went for a couple of years ago. Obviously, with historically heading into these mega auctions, the retention rules are quite strict in terms of where you can retain players. So maybe they could retain him with a bit of a price cut. I suppose another potential captaincy option that they could retain would be Jitesh Sharma, who was, I suppose, Curran's vice captain towards the end of the season after Shikhar Dhawan was ruled out. He underperformed a bit with the bat last year, but he's still only 30 and has obviously flourished in the IPL in the past couple of years. So he may be another option. Just sort of looking through their retentions, they obviously do have some overseas options and some domestic options, but I would be somewhat tempted, given that the retentions tend to be quite a significant chunk of the purse. There might be a temptation to say only retain 2 players heading into that mega auction, maybe Arshdeep Singh and Curran or something like that, and then really start from scratch and have a rebuild, a bit like the one that Rajasthan Royals did a couple of years ago, which really worked for them at that mega auction heading into the most recent cycle.
In Sam Curran's case, he perhaps hurt his chances a little with his possible future coach having to witness him conceding 30 in an over in those T20Is in England. We will leave it at that. Thank you so much, Nagaraj Golabudi and Matt Rowe.